that's my trash, you the maid, so you back.
Lavish, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Hacking, stupid, what's happening, bitch?
Hey dolls, so today we're gonna go over how I achieved this ombre look. So I use 3 bundles and a frontal 13x4. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe. So what you'll need is a mixing bowl, a dime brush. I use the whisk just to stir the dye together. A comb. You'll also need what is it called? Got to be spray. I use Kiss Temptation Cinnamon and Honey Brown for the 2 colors that I use. I will be darkening my roots of the frontal and dyeing the ends of it. And I will only be dyeing the ends of the bundles as well. And I also tone the frontal at the end. So before I started recording, I went on ahead and sprayed my lace with Got To Be spray. It helps from staining your lace with color because there is a whole different process you will have to go through if you do get color on your lace. I started with the honey brown on my dark roots to darken my roots. And to achieve that, I use the edge control brush because it has smaller teeth and it just helps better. It's way more convenient to use than a regular comb. You want to start off little part by little part to get the color in more and to just really help you, especially if you're a beginner like me. I just pinned the rest of the hair back because there's flyaways in the way. Don't let it slow you down. You want to just start off dipping the brush in the dye and just applying it to the roots. I will go real slow at first so you can get the hang of it. Um, and brush it in. Brush the color in while applying it with the comb part. This is very repetitive. You want to do the same thing like this to the whole frontal. And while I was coloring, I was going looking behind the lace to see was there any color on there, and it wasn't. So you want to start off going really slow at first so you can know what you're doing, and then when you get the hang of it, you can start picking up the pace because it's really the same thing. You want to part apply the dye to the roots. You can go back as far as you would like. I just did my roots, so I stopped at the very front, but you can do however you would like to achieve your look. So on that last part, you want to really take your time to make sure you don't get no color on the lace at all. Especially with this being 613 hair, you will see it. So now I just want to darken it up a little bit, go over it with some color, with more color, those flyaways through there, and just perfecting it a little bit. And I'm done with the darkening the roots. Just take it off to look at the lace, and there's no stains at all, as you can see. So now I'm going to do the ombre on the frontal. We're going to do the same thing like the bundles, the cinnamon on the top and the honey brown on the bottom. I didn't want to do too much to the frontal, being that my style was a half up, half down. So I didn't go up too much. I really stayed at the ends of the hair. I applied the cinnamon first to the top, and then I went down and applied the honey brown. Just like with dyeing hair or frontals or closure, you want to make sure you get the dye on the front and the back. So make sure you really get through there and massage the color in and move that hair and get the inside, dye the inside as well, so it won't be patchy. So for the bundles, we're gonna do the same thing. I did my honey brown at the ends, and at the top was cinnamon. I did it to all three bundles the same way. Make sure you use gloves because the dye will get on your hands and stain them, and you'll be scrubbing forever with soap trying to get it out. So after applying the honey brown to all 3 bundles of the ends, I went on ahead, cleaned out my mixing bowl, and put a new glove on so the color doesn't touch each other, and applied the cinnamon on top of the honey brown. And that's pretty much it. So after finishing all 3 bundles, I let this color sit overnight. I got done around 11 o'clock, and I rinsed it out about 9 a.m. in the morning. So it sat for about 9 hours basically before I washed it out. When I washed it out, I let cold water sit, running on it for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then I sat it in silicone mix for 30 to 45 minutes. Just let it sit, let the moisture get back inside the hair. Then I went on ahead and toned that frontal with purple shampoo, and then regular washed it and washed it out and let it air dry. This is how it came out, the color of the frontal. And this is how the bundles came out.